In my pot, I got 1.5 sticks of butter. And to this butter, I'm going to add 2 cans of evaporated milk. That's can number 2. And I have the oven on medium-high heat as of right now. Okay, so the last ingredient for now is going to be 2 cups of white sugar in the pot. So at this point, what I want to do is I want to give this a stir, and I'm going to bring this mixture to a boil, and then I'll be right back. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but we are at a rolling boil now. So at this point, I'm going to turn down the heat to low, and we're going to simmer this for 2 hours, stirring often. So we're at about the 30-minute mark right here, and it's at this point that I want to check my temperature to make sure it's not too high and it's not too low. You don't want it to go above 230 for spreadable caramel. If it goes above that and gets to the 300s, now you're gonna have that hard caramel. So I'm just checking it, and if I need to cut my heat down, I will. Just make sure it don't get too high. But this is good right here. So it's been about an hour and 40 minutes, and we are just about done, but it's at this stage that I want to add in my vanilla extract. So we're gonna do that now. Just about ready to take this off the stove. And give it a few more minutes, about 10 more minutes, and I'm gonna take it off the stove. Now, to store this, I just want to make sure that I am putting a piece of plastic directly on the caramel so that as it cools, a skin doesn't form. And then I'll put a piece of plastic over the top of the entire container. And I'm going to let it cool completely while I work on my cake portion. Now, this is what the caramel icing looks like. It's completely cooled now. So what I want to do is I want to heat this up before I put it on my cake. So I'm going to heat it back up. You can just zap it in the microwave for just a few seconds at a time and keep stirring it. I'll be right back. Now I have melted this down to about the consistency of peanut butter. And you can continue to melt it down some more if you want, but I'm going to leave mine just like this. Now to make this cake, I am using my recipe, my scratch recipe for fluffy yellow cake. That video and that recipe will be separate from this one. So you can go to my channel, The Chef and the Baker RVA, and you will be able to find the recipe for fluffy yellow cake that I used with my caramel cake, with my cooked caramel icing. So again, that's on a separate video on my channel, The Chef and the Baker RVA. And I am going to work quickly to put this cake together so that the caramel, also let me say, yeah, my cake layers are at room temperature, because if you use a cold cake, the caramel is going to set faster than you can spread it. So I let my cake layers cool completely, but I left them at room temperature. I did not refrigerate these. So that's important to know as well as you assemble your cake. This caramel recipe makes just enough icing for this 3-layer cake. So if you want more icing, you will have to double the recipe. But I left it as is so you could just see it is enough for a 3-layer cake, but it is literally just enough. I was able to fill and frost and cover the sides of this 3-layer cake with the recipe as is. But if you want some additional icing, please double the recipe. It's easy to double. And we're going to cut this cake and show you the final result. And here is the final result of my fluffy yellow cake with cooked caramel icing from scratch. This is a classic Southern dessert or Southern delicacy. Very simple to make. It's just time consuming. So you want to do this when you got some time on your hands. Early in the morning before everybody wake up, it will be the perfect time to make this icing because you don't want a lot of people in and out the kitchen while you're trying to concentrate on making it. Happy baking, everybody, and thanks for watching. I am Mama Safana of Mama Safana Buttercream Dreams on Facebook and the Chef and the Baker RVA on YouTube.